What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bet'em and Pick'em, week number 6 on the Siege, on the road for the last time for a while. I'm joined by Ricky because once again, Rob has double booked this time zone, this time period. He swears to me next week he will not screw it up. I'll set the line at him at Rob being booked minus 400. What would you like to bet on, Ricky?
Yeah, I would pound that line. That should be at least 1,200 fair value.
Yeah, probably. Let's talk about Survivor Week 6. I think everybody's in agreement. I haven't yeah, everyone's in agreement here. So last week, let's talk about it because, boy, talk about a wide set of emotions. We were all in Patriots here last week, and for the first half, 2.5 quarters, didn't look good, Ricky.
It was so funny analyzing our chat like at that time and then fast forwarding an hour and a half how everyone felt. I mean, it looked like the Patriots were coming out flat and the Vikings were going to cruise. And it was amazing how the second half changed your perception, because I was so angry that we, you and I were back in the Lions, and it's like, they didn't come out as well as we thought. They take that lead. I'll open the floor to you to talk about the second half.
Yeah, I really wasn't too worried. Like midway through the third quarter, once the Pats scored and got a stop versus the Texans, I was like, okay, they're out of trick plays, right? They don't have a 4th and 2 fluke play for a touchdown. They don't have a flea flicker. Like, they're out, right? You can kind of just tell they were out, and they really hadn't stopped the Pats all day. So I really wasn't too worried. Like, yeah, the Pats actually had to get the lead, but they were money line favorites most of the way through like the third and fourth quarters. The Lions just played, once again, left a lot of points on the board. They Goff fumbled a couple times in the red zone. Like, again, just really poor point execution. But, their defense held up, right? As I said, I don't think the Vikings offense is that good. They held up, and they made it a 1-score game. Now, granted, we did get a missed kick after they failed for it on 4th down, but they converted. They got the touchdown. They got a fumble. They put a touchdown. I got to be honest. Did you think they were going for 2? I did not. I thought they were going to kick the extra point and send this bad boy to overtime.
Yeah, I did too.
Yeah, I saw them line up for 2, and I got very excited. Like because in Survivor, like it's all about winning and losing, right? So like going for 2, even if you're the Lions, that's like a 40. You figure the win percentage is like 48% at that point, and it was just they get the 2-point conversion, and I thought 60%. So 60% of the pool had the Vikings. I thought 60% was gone. I thought we were going to be down to like 850 teams, and life was going to be great.
Yeah, exactly.
How did you not practice your prevent defense? You already got beat this way once.
Yeah, this is unbelievable that as a span of 4 weeks that it was the Justin Tucker kick to end the game, and then 2 plays, and
they
get
distance. Like, so yeah. You knew he was never missing the kick too. I wish I could have just bet Minnesota plus 750 live for the hedge, but I wasn't in Illinois. I was like, I know what's going to happen. If I bet in Illinois, the Lions would win. But since I'm not in Illinois, the Vikings are going to win. And sure enough, the Vikings pulled it out. But I think you and I were on the right side there. Like I said, I thought 9.5, 10 was obscenely too many points. And, again, the Vikings are plus 750 with 37 seconds to go. It's all you can ask for against 60% of the field. Hopefully we get better luck next time. But it won't be this week. We're going to be on the chalk this week. We are in 100% united agreement. The Colts against the Texans. The only negative about using the Colts is that if something was to happen to Kyler Murray, we're kind of locking ourselves in on Christmas. But I just think the Colts are the no-brainer option here. Davis Mills, we kind of saw their best shot. They didn't get it done. Colts win this game, and we move on another week, hopefully.
Yeah, I think Jonathan Taylor runs all over this team. I just don't have
they
much.
They can throw all over them, too. I'm not worried about this spot. I mean, I get it's a short week. Tough loss, but this is one of those games you have to win, and I think they'll win.
Yeah.
Like we said about the Patriots, like the Patriots were just not going to lose to Davis Mills. It wasn't fun. It wasn't, what you got definitely had some good chances to bet the Pats live, but at the end of the day, they didn't lose to Davis Mills, right? And that's the name of the game in Survivor, right? Just avoid losing. So.
Yep.
Okay, that's it for Survivor. Let's head over to Circa. Where we need a good week. A rough week last week. Our best pick of the unanimous stuff we played in most of them was us. Good job, us. We demanded that we play the Lions, and we got them in on most teams. Me, you, and Duke. And most everything else that was consensus was either a loser. Um, the Packers, the Ravens, and
We
then
didn't want to play the Packers, to my recollection. You and
uh,
I.
yeah, but everybody else loved them, so we got them in. It was a push. It was fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was definitely not our best week. Oh, Titans too. We had a bunch of Titans. That was fine. So it wasn't so bad actually. It wasn't such a bad week. But let's move on to this week. There's some strong disagreements from the group, and I wish that Rob or Jeff were here to just explain them. But let's just get to the top here. Let's start with the Dolphins and the Jaguars. Jaguars +3.5 here. Rusty made picks. What the hell is this? Or did you put your picks in Rusty's column?
I think I put my picks with Rusty's. Let me
Oh,
see.
I was gonna say, what the hell? Yeah, you did.
Yeah, for Survivor. Or sorry, was it for Circa? I did. Yeah,
sure
for
looks
Circa
like
I
it.
did.
Okay, so you and I are on the Jaguars. I just think we're getting the hook here, and we don't know how healthy Tua is, and if he even plays. This is a good spot for the Jaguars. The Dolphins pass secondary. I've been on this for weeks. The Dolphins pass secondary is bad. Like, they have names, and you think they're good, and they've just been getting torched left and right. And the Jaguars, the only thing they can really do is throw the football. Like, yeah, they'll turn it over sometimes, but I just think the Jaguars will be able to move the football here. I would not be surprised if the Jaguars won this outright, and we're getting the hook on this.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about how bad this defense has been. 28% above seasonal average to number one receivers, 49% to third receivers and beyond. So yeah, I mean, this has been a bottom 8 or so passing defense. And you're right. I mean, that's what this Jaguars offense does successfully. They have committed a bit more to James Robinson as of late, but I'm not sure Tua being healthy, moves much of the arrow for me. I mean, I thought Brissett looked just fine. There was nothing about Tua that overly excited me, and I think the Jaguars are due to go out and get a win. I don't think this Miami team is overly talented. So with the Jaguars at home, I think 3 points is enough to be on the other side. 3.5 here, right?
Yeah, we're getting 3.5.
3.5 for Circa, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
neutral
for
field.
both, yeah.
Neutral field. Like, I love this spot. So, and
Yep.
bluntly, considering the number of times we send the Jaguars to London, maybe there's some Jaguar fans in London.
Yep.
We send them every year. So, Texans and Colts here. Colts 10-point favorites. I just can't imagine betting this on the spread. Duke just doing his double-digit dog thing. I get it. I just pass to me and pass for everybody else.
Yeah,
if I was in a pick 'em pool where you picked every game against the spread, I think I lean Colts, but I don't have a strong take.
I don't either. I understand wanting to be on the other side of the Colts as double-digit favorites, but this is the one team that I feel wrong doing that with.
Yeah, completely agree. Packers -4.5 at the Bears. Everybody wants the Packers. There's 19 million trends here supporting the Bears. I'm surprised supporting the Packers. So I get this. You and I just stayed off of it. I don't have a real opposition to this. I think this is the right side. They're going from Damian Williams potentially to Khalil Herbert. I just don't think Justin Fields is ready. I'm fine with this. There's a bunch of trends too that support it. I don't know if I can pull it up in time, but basically spots where if you go to overtime, you win, you cover the next week. So I'm fine with this. It's not me. It's Tyler, Jeff, Rob, and Duke. Works for me though. I don't have any opposition to this.
Yeah, I mean, Packers defense has 9 sacks over the course of their last 3 weeks. They have been better. I just don't have a strong opinion. I mean, I would not be shocked that the Bears are not able to get their offense going just because they're on their third string running back. Justin Fields hangs on to the ball too long. Like, I certainly could see a Green Bay onslaught here. It's just too many points for me to take the chance.
Yep, completely agree. Chiefs -6.5 against the football team here. The football team has just been ravaged by injuries today. I like this spot before, and I like it even more now. I just think there's no way they're going to get a stop. This game is going to fly over, Ricky. I don't know how either team gets a stop. I know McLaurin popped up on the injury report. Is that serious? Is he going to miss, or is it just kind of we just held him out through a walkthrough? I was at coffee and I didn't.
It sounds like it's a legitimate. It's a hamstring injury that popped up. Doesn't sound great. I think there's a legitimate chance he misses, and that sucks because I have him in plenty of fantasy leagues. But
if he misses, I mean, Chiefs by 1 million.
Exactly. Like I just seeing him on the injury report, I want to up my maybe I want to move this to like a
Don't
4 or
worry,
5.
we're gonna have a bunch of Chiefs. You don't need to move up your confidence. I just the way that this is shaping up, it looks like it's gonna be a bunch of consensus games this week.
The only other concern though is Tyreek Hill was on the injury report, and I have not seen an update, a Friday update from him.
I have not seen a Friday update from them.
1 minute of Chiefs practice, Tyreek Hill was back. So all right,
Great.
there, that eliminates that worry.
Good, beautiful. So yeah, I like the spot for the Chiefs a bunch. The Vikings -1 at the Panthers. I don't know why the Vikings are fucking favorites in this game. I thought this was the look ahead was Panthers -1. I bet the look ahead. I doubled down when I've seen some +2s and 2.5s in spots now. The Vikings suck. Ricky, I think we're just going to be ahead of the market on this one. Like the Vikings are bad, and people are just gonna they keep thinking they're good. They're not good, and we're just ahead of the market on this. Rob could just take his CLV and shove it like straight up. I know that's why he put 2. Oh, we're getting 1.5 of value. I don't care. The Panthers are winning this game. Stop.
I guess the trend that you would argue if you were on the other side, which I'm not, but I'm just noticing that games that Christian McCaffrey has played, they're 3-0, they're 0-2 without him. But I agreed with you last week. That Minnesota team should have lost that game if it was not for a miracle last drive.
They were outplayed most of the game. Outside of like the first 10 minutes, they were outplayed. They made a couple good plays on defense to hold the Vikings off the scoreboard, or to hold the Lions off the scoreboard. But again, like they just haven't been good. They showed one good quarter, maybe 2 good quarters against the Cardinals, and that's it. Like they've just not been a good football team. I know Dalvin Cook's back, and that's a difference maker, but this is a road game. A dome team going outside. I'm not overreacting to that Dallas game. It was a bad matchup. I'm just gonna shake it off. It happens. Like the Panthers were never gonna go undefeated. So
yeah, and like Panthers are above average rushing defense. Not that like I take too much into that against a rushing attack that includes Dalvin Cook, but 94 rushing yards per game. So this is a defense that can hold their own in that aspect, and they've been really strong against the pass. So I think it's a grinded out game, and if it's anything like they looked last week at a grinded out game versus the Lions, I think the Panthers are a much better team. They're on the road. I'm with you.
Yeah, it's fine. We're not going to pick it, but this is my strongest confidence game. I've doubled and tripled down on this bet. I like the Panthers. I wish they had Christian McCaffrey. It doesn't look like they're going to, but I'm not sure if it was a reaggravation or what. Like he was practicing and then he stopped the last 2 days. I'm not sure what's up with that. They haven't really given us a good update on that. So, but Chuba Hubbard's fine. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
The Vikings linebackers can't cover. Tommy Tremble, really sneaky good spot as well this week. All right, let's go to Chargers +2.5 at the Ravens. Kind of some mixed support here. You're on the Chargers. Tyler's on the Chargers for minimal confidence. So is Rob. Duke likes the Ravens. I kind of just have no interest in this game. I think this is going to be a very good football game, but I think both teams are going to want to run the football, and I just don't really know who's better at it. I think both teams are really good, and I just don't really want to mess with this.
Yeah, I definitely like in Westgate having the additional half point, +3.
+3 is nice.
Exactly. I like 2 evenly matched football teams, one with the guy who's playing like the best quarterback in football, facing a Ravens defense that has looked underwhelming, below average in terms of both rushing defense and passing defense. Not that, the Chargers defense has been unbelievable, especially against the run. They've definitely been a funnel to the run team. You mentioned they're going to run the ball down their throat. Going against a Baltimore team when they're able to run the football, I would be lying if I said this were like a 5, confident sort of play. But I think we should get both elements, in pretty dazzling fashion from this Charger offense, which looked really good to me. They can play in shootouts. We learned that last week. I just think they're the more complete football team, and they're on the road, and for that reason, they're getting these 3 points. And I'm just
is it a 1:00 game?
It is a 1:00 game.
Yeah, I hate the West flying east for the 1:00 element too.
Yeah.
Although I will say, if Staley's about as sharp as the coaches I've seen, so I'm going to assume he's doing all the right things to prevent that. But I kind of would like to see it once before I put my money on it. But Yeah, I think the 3 is probably like I could see it. I don't think playing this at 2.5 makes a whole lot of sense. Bengals
Yeah.
minus 3.5 with the Lions here. Nobody has any interest in this game. I would take the Lions. I think the Lions could win this game. The Lions are basically a 2-3 team that's 0-5. Like they're just not.
That's true.
Like they literally are like two 30-yard pass plays and long field goals away from being 2-3. Like people just keep treating this team like they're. I saw a couple of tweets to say like, "Oh, Swift's doing better than we thought," for a team that's terrible. I'm like, the problem is they're not as terrible as you thought they were. Like
Right.
just because they're like they played competitively. Like everyone just remembers that first half against the Niners where they were getting run out of the building. Like they made that a 1-score game too, right? Like they put up fights every week. They are not an easy out. They're not this dwelling team. They're not the Jaguars. They're not the Dolphins. So yeah, I'm with you. I lean Lions, but if you're picking all the games, but certainly no confidence. Rams minus 9.5 at the Giants. I think I would just lean the Giants plus the 9.5 with Daniel Jones expected to play, but again, no way that I would play this in a pick 5 contest.
Right.
So Jeff and I are on the Browns minus 3 against the Cardinals here. The undefeated Cardinals going to Cleveland. This is a heavy weather game, and I think that's the element here that people don't realize. This is going to be a major win game. Kyler is very hurt. I'm not sure he's going to play. Did Kyler practice today?
Let me get that for you.
I would be surprised if Kyler plays. And if Kyler plays this week, I don't think he plays next week against the Texans. Like he is really hurt.
Kyler is playing.
Yeah, but how well is he going to play? And the issue is like this is a passing offense, and they're going into a major win game. And we saw what happened in the win games last year. They turned into a running game. Would you rather have a running game with the Browns or the Cardinals run game?
Well,
sign me up for the Browns.
There's no Nick Chubb this week.
That's should fine.
Know. Of course. I mean,
Felton will be fine. Felton, by the way, 3K GPP sleeper. Everyone's going to run to Kareem Hunt, and they're going to forget that they're going to get Felton touches this week. Like they've been trying to get him the ball.
There's so many backs in good spots this week that I'm not sure that would be one that I want to touch. I think there's a lot of
3K.
I get it. I get the price point, but there's so many guys that are like sub 6K that should get plenty of touches.
Yeah, so what? You know what's better? Scoring points at 3K. So he's gonna. I already know he's gonna be in my DK. I'm playing one team on DK because I registered one team before I got to Oregon, and then forgot I couldn't register more. So, but Felton will definitely be on that team. I'll tell you that right now.
I mean, like no one's gonna play Jonathan Taylor this week at 6,600. I don't think because of the value backs and Kareem Hunt now.
People are gonna play Jonathan Taylor. Okay,
I'm not so sure that's going to be the case.
There's no way people are that stupid.
He's at least number 4, I think, in terms of how.
Well, then people are stupid. That's incredibly silly.
I think.
Yeah. But I like this spot for the Browns a lot. Arizona is best in the passing game. Jeff and I agree on this. Kyler's going to be super limited. I don't think people realize how limited Kyler is right now. So I like this spot. I'm glad Jeff Vance hopped on board with me. Raiders plus 3.5 at the Broncos. I cannot imagine touching this game. Broncos have kind of been falling back to earth, kind of turned to what we thought they were. Raiders have had the week from hell. Who the hell knows if we're going to get a motivated, a sad team, a depressed team, the best performance you've ever seen. I do not see any reason to touch this.
I do. I think that Greg Olsen calling plays for the first time all year for the Raiders. Not, by the way, not the former tight end Greg Olsen, but a guy who's been an offensive coordinator forever. His offensive history is pretty pathetic. He's like basically bottom 10 offense in total offense, like anywhere he goes. And so now without Gruden calling the plays, this is officially the first week he'll be calling them against a big Fangio defense. I think the Broncos go ahead and kind of steamroll them here. I mean, Teddy doesn't turn the ball over too often.
What do you mean Teddy's been turning the ball over all the time? This Teddy doesn't turn the ball over crap is so not true. It's not true. It's the biggest fake news narrative in all of sports.
Okay, fine. Even if you take that narrative away, like this Raiders pass blocking offense has been very underwhelming for, a unit that has been strong for a few years. They'll have guys coming after them. Like, I think this could be a messy sort of game for the Raiders. So I like the Broncos here.
I just don't like the Broncos injury report. There's just a lot of guys that are like solid players on this injury report. Like Kareem Jackson's limited. if he's going to even play. Purcell's probably not going to play. I just, no Mike Ford this week. I just don't see a reason. I'm glad that we're not going to play this. I'll just say that. Cowboys Patriots -3.5. Cowboys favorites. There's absolutely no reason to pick this game. I would probably lean Cowboys, but the Patriots did finally show some just like, fuck it, we're actually going to throw the ball down the field in the second half, and it worked out very well. We could see that more again. Big Hunter Henry week, though. I think that's kind of the beginning, and Cowboys just have no linebackers that can cover. So Hunter Henry is definitely going to be in the tight end player pool for me.
Can't argue.
Okay. Let's get to the main event, shall we? I wish there were people here.
Yes.
Seahawks +5 at the Steelers. So Jeff Mans and Rob have this at 4 confidence. I put this as a 3 confidence, mostly because I was too afraid to put it as a 5 confidence. And then Ricky hops in and puts it at 5 confidence. I'm with you. Like, if I had the cojones to put it this with 5 confidence, I would have. I feel very strongly the Seahawks win this football game.
So I already liked the Seahawks side, and I had just full disclosure, I had the betting video yesterday with Paulie and Pilar, and Paulie even talked me even stronger into this. Like, the movement that's happened on this game is pretty outrageous. Seattle opening is 3.5 point. I think they opened as 3-point favorites like early last week. Then the Russell Wilson injury happened, and now they're 5.5 point dogs. That's, by the way, live. I mean, there's just no way that you watched Geno Smith last week and you think he's worth like over a touchdown worse than Russell Wilson. That's just insane movement. And this Steelers team, I mean, what have they showed us?
They're Jekyll and Hyde. You never know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like, this Steelers team, like, no.
No Juju.
No Juju. Ben, his arm's going to fall off at any moment. No, just, I'm glad that this is going to be a stay away, but this is the strongest 2-sided game we've had in a few weeks. 10 confidence points for the Steelers. You and I have 8 combined, and if I was being honest about it, it would have been 10-10. So I'm completely with you. We're going to stay away from this, but I love the Seahawks. I think they win this outright. I really do.
Yeah.
Bills -6 at the Titans. Rob, Duke, and Tyler want to play the Bills -6. I don't know. Titans are pretty bad, but the Bills can't stop the run, and Henry's just going to run all over them.
Yeah. I mean, the Henry aspect is always the concerning aspect. I mean, this game, I think, opened at 3, in which case I would have liked the Bills. I just think it's come too far to the point where I'm not willing to lay that many points with them against a team that could, if they're playing from ahead, is one of the best teams at playing from ahead just because of the man they have in the backfield.
Yeah, the Titans secondary is terrible. That's kind of like the case against them, is the Bills are just going to throw all over them. But Monday Night Football in Tennessee, I don't know. We're going to play it, I guess, but yeah, I'm not as strong here as the other group of guys are. I lean that way, but I'm not like gung-ho about it.
Yeah.
So top plays, Packers, Chiefs, Bills, and am I missing one? Or is that it? Oh, Jaguars. Jaguars are going to be pretty consensus too.
Yeah.
So those are the 4 main ones. Again, we'll post them. Actually, I'm going to probably have someone else post them this week because I'm going to be at a wedding. But we'll have someone post them over at elitesportsbetting.com. And there's a circuit contest section. So just check there and you can see what we finally picked for the contests. Anything else you want to mention, Ricky?
So when you say that, I just wanted to push back on the Teddy Bridgewater turnovers. He has 1 interception.
That's this season. Okay, go back to last season.
Okay, but I'm just he has like a
coming into the preseason.
He's like a 0.01% interception percentage.
Okay, over a small. Are you really gonna small sample size me?
All right, let's go. Teddy.
Go ahead and look. He had like 17 to 12 last year, and that was under Joe Brady.
Last year, he had 11 interceptions.
Yeah, to 15 touchdowns. That's bad.
Okay, the touchdown interception ratio is bad.
11 interceptions in 15 games in 492 attempts is bad. Not good. In his career before this year, he had 53 touchdowns and 36 interceptions. It's not good. This Teddy Bridgewater doesn't turn over the football thing was a myth.
Yeah, I'm looking at the other quarterback numbers. I mean, Tom Brady had a 2% interception rate last year, just 2.2. Like, it's still not that high, but okay, fine. I'll give in.
Yeah, thank you very much. This is trust me, as a Drew Lock supporter, I know my Teddy Bridgewater stats. All right. So all right, really appreciate you, Ricky, you joining us. Maybe Rob will come back and join us next week. Probably not. It'll probably be you and me again. But really appreciate you doing that. Again, check out everything over at elitesportsbetting.com. And if you haven't already, go to your account page, add your Discord handle, and join the Elite Sports Betting Discord. Bets are going in there all the time, talking through games, sweating games out. So if you haven't joined the Discord, do so. Just go to your account, go to the bottom. You type in your Discord handle. There'll be a link that pops up. Join the Discord channel, and you'll be good to go. Anything else, Ricky? For real this time?
No, I think you covered it. I'll just be a company man and say go to Betcha too, and use promo code ELITE.
Yes. I'm still pissed off that my Julio Urias bet was canceled yesterday. Let's see what I can do about that. But it was a winner. And they're like, no, he didn't play. I'm like, what do you mean he didn't play? He played. I watched him.
All I can tell you is it looked like all of Discord was winning that day that they gave you the free Lamar Jackson over 8.5 yards. I know a bunch of us posted Betcha bets, and I know there were at least a few of us who had the the 3 tiers that hit across the board. And so chat was happy.
It's been a good day over at Betcha. So check that out. Again, promo code ELITE, get up to $100 on your first deposit. All right. Thanks to Sean again for producing. We'll see you guys next week.